Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with the world racing community for a brand spanking new season of racing. A long 10-week championship ahead of us in the Group 2 cars. This is the European Touring Cars Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, those crazy cooks back there at the world racing community have decided to jump back into the meaty, beefy Group 2 cars for a season of racing, the European Touring Cars Cup. The balance of performance will be on out. Brake balance tuning, sorry, will be allowed, but the balance performance is on, but brake balance tuning is allowed. The tyres are at times 3, all compounds available. 2 compounds must be used during the race. The fuel is at times 2, and the car class is GR2, and we'll see the cars as we get through. They've had an hour's practice. They're going to have 10 minutes of qualifying. Then we're going to have a 2-race evening, ladies and gentlemen. Race 1 is 30 minutes with a mandatory stop. And race 2 will be 60 minutes, full reverse grid, also with a mandatory stop. Oh, and there's some Triple Crown events that will still use 90-minute races with a 10-minute qualifier. So that is all of that, and it looks to me like they've got the choice of the Audi DTM car, a Lexus, a Nissan, and the Honda NSX. Overdrive in the chat saying Junkie and MJ are goats, are bickering about liveries and how similar, different they look. Oh, team managers. This is like the Zach Brown, Christian Horner showdown. And you can work out which one's which. But yeah, it looks like now they are loading in for qualifying. I think we've had a change of name as well. Someone's changed their name. So we'll have a quick look. Oh, TDR is... Oh, no, he hasn't changed his name. He's just been promoted to a GT1 driver. So is Duffman, but he's not taking part this season. And no drivers were demoted into the GR2 category. Right. They're just loading in. He's asking everyone to tick in, getting themselves ready. And then we can look at the great debate between Chunky and MJ's liveries, can't we? So we're looking at Thunder at the moment. Why on earth has he got a big floating name above his head? No one wants that. No one's looking for that, are they? Hang on. Let me adjust your set. There we go. She's gone now. She's gone. Right, I imagine this is the driver's debrief. MJ will be debriefing each and every single one of them, and having a delve into what they've got under them briefs. He says he's starting soon, but Thunder is doing a display for us. And what are we saying he's in? Is it a Nissan? When he gets a bit closer, when I look at the... Yes, a Nissan. Hey, I'm getting good at this, recognising cars, Larky. Well done to me. Pat on the back. Oh, we're at Sardegna as well, just in case you were wondering. If you hadn't recognised it. I usually have to do that in the intro. Dude, honestly, I woke up late. If you're wondering. This is me, straight from bed. Hi. It was awkward last night, wasn't it? Do you mind if I just have my coffee and nip off? So, yes. I'll get snappy soon, don't you worry. Look, I picked up the controller, that's my first mistake, because I've got a keyboard in front of me. So MJ out there in a Gulf livery, it looks dead sexy, man. I would argue that. I would argue that it is the best livery on the grid, and I haven't even seen any of the others yet. MJ then is donning, I believe, is that the Audi? Is that the meaty beefy Audi? with a wobbly wing. I think that is the Audi with a wobbly wing, ladies and gentlemen. So MJ taking out the beast. Can he control her? Hey, not many can. Bob is around. Bob is in, I want to say a Nissan also, but the front end it looked a bit odd. Yeah, no, that's a Nissan. So Bob is in the Nissan, and he has caught up the Audi at great speeds on his outlap. Deviant looks like he's Bob's teammate, isn't he? They're very similar. Yeah, they've got teammates. We've got a dual teammate business out there between Deviant and Bob. I like it. I do like it a lot. Tommy Roo, to me, it looks like a Lexus, judging by the big L on the front of the grille. So Tommy Roo taking around a dead sexy Lexus there. I like the colour blends. White and orange are working for me. You do you, girl. Garuda! Is he in a Honda? When is he not in a Honda, eh? You can't get Garuda out of a Honda. You honestly can't. But yeah, Garuda again sticking with the manufacturer he likes, obviously. Honda fanboy, maybe. Where we got? We saw Thunder. He's in a Nissan. I told these guys they were brave, you know. I told them to start a season the day after an update, but I don't think the BOP has. They've not BOP hammered many of the cars, so I think they've got away with it. But it's also the lobbies are always a bit shaky after an update, so we'll see. We'll see how strong the lobby is. I've not seen anything. I've not heard whisperings amongst the groups that I'm in. We're like Facebook groups. It's not like some hidden society of pro sim racers. But I've not heard of any sort of lobby instabilities, so I think we'll be all right. Well, Bob now has, we've not even got through the whole group, have we? And Bob's starting to set times, and Deviant are first and second. We're looking at Autosport at the moment as he makes his way towards the line. Everyone's setting their times now. And there we go, Autosport going in, fourth fastest of the day on his first run. Beautiful, he's been slipped down to fifth now. So Bob is at the top of the pile in the Nissan. Then we have the second Nissan of Deviant. Garuda has put the Honda up and into a third spot, with Adnap taking hold of fourth so far in the Hello Kitty. It's got to be a Nissan, hasn't it? I'm waiting for one of you to tell me. No, he's in the flappy wing Audi, isn't he? That Audi's throwing me off. So it looks like he's also in the flappy wing Audi. Chunky Raibina also in a flappy winged Audi, sorry. Chunky sixth at the moment. Now I don't see how his and MJ's liveries are at all similar. How interesting. But the Chunk Meister back. He missed a lot of last season. But hey, I did as well. I missed the last race. Sorry guys, I was absolutely throbbing. And not in the good place. It was my head and not the other head. So I could not do a 2-hour stream around the NERB. But the championships were all done and dusted anyway. It was all right. You missed now, and except for one race. And I think Bob probably won. So Chunky then puts himself up into fourth now with that run. Let's have a run through. Deviant has toppled the Bob. And it looks like Deviant is going to give Bob a run for his money. 0.03 of a second between the two playboys. Very tight at the front there. A cool and also a very, very swift driver. Is that how that comes? Am I just looking at the standards? No, it doesn't. Is there 3 cars with the same liveries? That's not going to confuse me at all. Cool then goes at the top with the 3-car Playboy livery. Have they done that on purpose, or is it just by chance they've all turned up with the same dress on? They've all got different they've all got different colours on their cars. So Bob's going in for a tyre change. Chunky then just has to topple the Nissans. He's 7/10 off of Bob and 1 second away from pole position. Tommy Roo goes faster. He goes up into 4th place. Tommy Roo then in the Lexus, showing she's got legs, ladies and gentlemen. He's a half a second off of the Nissan at the moment, or the Nissans. And Thunder is around. Oh, let me see where the line is. He's just starting his lap, so maybe we'll stick with this. See how Thunder gets on. Garuda, who I would say is a rather fast driver, definitely top 5, is down in 8th at the moment. Does that mean the Honda is not a well car? Does that mean it's not balanced enough? Sardegna is a tough course as well. It's got to be said, it's a road course. It's bumpy. It's not what these cars were designed for. So I imagine it's a tough drive out there. Trying to read the car in off-camber corners and all sorts of things they were having to deal with. 0.03 of a second is Thunder off his best time so far, and he's gone very wide there, ladies and gentlemen, coming out that corner. That must have cost him a huge hunker-chunker time. We'll see at the next sector. Or at the end of the lap. Oh, heartbreaking. It came just near the end of the lap, and he has to get his head together and do it all over again. 0.2 off of his fastest. He stays in 7th, ladies and gentlemen. Garuda in 8th place. Oddness. It does seem quite odd that Garuda is down there. I mean, he's only 1.3 second off the Nissan on pole. It's a tight field, 1/10 off of Thunder. As he goes across the line, he's unable to beat his time again. And he's going again. I mean, he has done a flyer, and it looks like he pitted for a new set of tyres. And maybe he's taking a while to prep his tyres, but 8th place at the moment is Garuda. We are coming up to 9 minutes of qualifying, 1 minute left. So, I mean, if he gets a nip on, hey, he's in a Honda. If he gets a little shake on, oh, here we go. 0.1, that gets him not quite ahead of Thunder for 7th place. Chunky down in 6th place at the moment. And so watching Garuda make his way around the French streets of Sardegna. Heavy on the brakes here. We're going to see a lot of overtakes there, I believe. There's going to be some hit and hopes on the brakes coming down into that corner. 1.6. Oh, it's very tight to pull that 7th place away from Thunder. It is close. He's got a car up off the track ahead of him. It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem as he comes around the corner. And oh my geez, it's Garuda. Can he gain on what he already has? He's 0.02 of a second off of Thunder at the last sector, and he comes towards the line and he gets another lap as well, and he does. He jumps up above Chunky and Noel. Very good work there from Garuda, and he's back in a position you would expect to see him in. They're on their final laps now. Cull is pole by 3.5 tenths. Deviant 2nd place. He's only 0.03 thousandths ahead of Bob. Bob is 2.5 tenths ahead of the Chunks, who's just gone again and put in a very fast lap time that is going to be a struggle to beat for some of these guys. Tommy Roo is still on his final run, and he's coming up towards the last corner. I am tempted to hang with him. I know there are other people. Adnap's in the pits at the moment. He's holding on to 6th. Garuda's doing a lap. So Adnap's 6th is not totally safe at the moment. Only 0.07 of a second ahead of Adnap is Tommy Roo. So he'll be liking to get ahead of Chunky. Can he do it come the end? Autosport's gone in for a time, ladies and gentlemen. Autosport has done a very pleasant time for 5th place, a 1:30.1, and has put himself, and there's more movement. Bob went faster, but he could not take pole, ladies and gentlemen. He could not snatch pole away from A. Cool, but he is a lot closer. The 3 Playboy cars at the front, and Deviant crosses the line and does no better. Chunky Ribena 4th, TDR Autosport is 5th, Tommy Roo is starting 6th, Adnap is in 7th. He did, 8th. Did Garuda just do it? Garuda, you beast. So Garuda at the end gets himself 7th place. Tommy Roo in 6th. Adnap 8th. Thunder happy about the sport being ahead of him. Autosport and Thunder with a lovely rivalry last year. Thunder getting promoted up into the GR1s. And he'll be looking to stamp his authority in that group. And we have... Go on, there he goes. MJ, he's in the Gulf Stream flappy winged Audi. He got 10th in the end, and 11th for Oliver. But he doesn't look like he damaged his car. It's going to be a struggle, it looks like, for Oliver around here. Oh, he's only 200ths off MJ, though. Let's not say it's not competitive at all, because Oliver with MJ and Thunder both within reach. Although Thunder is 8/10, nearly 9/10 ahead of those pair. Only a 10th off of Adnap. And Garuda in the Honda. Oh, he's dropped again. Who got up ahead of him? Tommy Roo. Oh, it was Autosport, wasn't it? Cheeky Autosport got in there. Well done, Autosport. What a great lap time. And here are those results for you, ladies and gentlemen. So, the 3 Playboys sitting at the top in their Nissans. Cole, Bob and Deviant. Fantastic qualifying from those guys. Chunky Ribena, best of the rest, is in the flappy winged Audi, sat in 4th place with Autosport. A surprise in the Lexi, coming in 5th place, and Tommy Roo starting in 6th. Garuda in the only Honda out there. Oh God, what did I do? Oh, they've changed it. We didn't quite get through all of them, but it's all right. Duff in the chat saying, evening thingy. Let me just get all this stuff on. No, not that. Yeah, display all. So, yeah, Duff in the chat saying, evening thingy. Reckless saying, 4 cars with the same liveries. I'm running the Playboy livery team. Duff saying... I'm in the Weatherspoons. Cheers. Oh, yeah, Duff, man. Put your table on there. Someone might buy you a drink. I can't. I'm a bit busy. Chunky Ribena saying, let's go racing. Lord Autozam saying, I should have put... Oh, he should have pit. Sorry. Pit or put. Steve feels like... What is going on? Why am I getting flying numbers? Go away. So there we go then. That was qualifying. It is tight, ladies and gentlemen, up at the top for this 30-minute race, remember. A pit stop has to be used. They have racing soft, racing mediums, and racing hards all on a nice shelf in their pits. I don't think the racing hards are going to get used, not once. Maybe if tyre wear is pretty awful, but I'm not sure. Maybe in the 1 hour race, they're gonna maybe do medium and hard. We're gonna have to see. We'll have to see what these cars do with a ×3 tyre wear rate. So I'm going into this assuming no one ever chooses hards. They're for daily races, but they might have to be forced to use hards down to strategy. We will see. We'll see in this 30-minute race. It'll be very interesting. They were changing their softs in the 10-minute qualifying, but I wouldn't say the softs were totally burnt. I just think these guys wanted maximum grip. So Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot. It's a brand new, fresh championship, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what will happen. At the moment, the Nissans is looking OG, but OP, sorry. But I think it may be the hands that turn the wheels. You know, they probably feel that if you put them in an Audi, a Nissan, a Honda or a Lexi, they would do the same thing. So let that not fool you that just the quickest people seem to be in the in the Nissans. God, I'm all over the place. Good morning. I'm getting through my coffee. That'll rearrange the brain. That'll resort the files out. There you go. It's gone. Let's do a good job then, Carl, shall we? Let's get into this. So, the Playboys. This is going to be the big fight between the Playboys. Thunder is showing us what he felt like qualifying was like for him. He's may have gone quicker. Tommy Rue did a very good qualifying. Very good start to his season is Tommy. Knocking on the door to the aliens and auto sport himself. And here we go. One thing we can be sure of, ladies and gentlemen, the first car into the first corner this season will have Playboy on it. And it's a very exciting time here for our Pro Sim racers as they prepare to start this race. And it is go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, Cool does not move. He was not ready. Oh, this is a red flag. Surely we can't start this first season with half the field on the grid. My good golly gosh, it looks like Cool was not even, not Cool, we're following Cool. One of the Playboy cars, Bob, was not prepared and ready for the race start. Cool takes the lead. Autosport, Chunky, MJ, we've lost the other Playboy car as well, with Autosport, Chunky up and into third place. Thunder in fourth, and his qualifying was not too hot, and it's helped him with that beginning qualifying. Garuda in fifth with Bob in sixth. Yes, it's a red flag situation. I thought with the damage on full, how could you? They would all have to pit. It would be mental expecting that race to continue. So Chunky, who had a big gain, poor old Bob, he is sorry, he says, obviously wasn't quite ready for the start of the race. And then it's back to the lobby, and poor old MJ, he's got to remember the grid. Well, don't ask me, because you got all speedy on your start race things, so I didn't even get to go through the grid. So, man, I pretty much know it. I don't. Cool's on pole. Bob, he's moved Bob to the back because he's a liability. He might not be there at the beginning of the race. Yeah, Tommy Rue in the chat saying 10 out of 10 for the ghosting system. That was absolute bedlam, ladies and gentlemen. Fun, big fun with a PH, but bedlam. So yeah, poor Bob. This is why some of the leagues have that ready system where they all sort of put R on the chat to say they're ready to go. Bob obviously caught short in the lose. So it looks like we're starting again, ladies and gentlemen. They fixed all of their damage. They've got the cars back to the grid. And Bob is now back and ready. So for the second time this season, ladies and gentlemen, we get to start the first race. Beautiful stuff. Cole sat on pole. The lights are coming on. And it's go! And they all get away better this time. Beautiful stuff. That is a thing of beauty. The three Playboy cars pulling away from the pack, all ready. But no, Chunky is getting in there, getting juicy with Deviant, but Deviant holds on to the corner, and Chunky has to deal with fourth place. Tommy Roo in 5th with Autosport in 6th. Garuda in 7th. We've got to move here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Who was this? I thought that's MJ, but it is MJ making some moves. Where is he? In 10th. But MJ going for it against... That's not Adnap. Oh, no. That's Thunder. Sorry, Thunder. It'll take me a while to get used to the liveries. I promise. I'll get there. So, Reckless in 11th. And is he in a Playboy? So there's 4 of them in the Playboy livery. I'm going to start calling this the Playboy Cup. And Oliver there, we didn't see much of him in qualifying. Trying to get on top of the beast. I didn't see what he's in. I'm guessing it's one of those flappy wing Audis. No, he's in a Lexus. So Cull leads from Bob and Deviant right there. The 3 Playboys all going at it. Chunky Ribena is on their 6, ladies and gentlemen. Do not concern yourself. Oh, it looked like Deviant maybe had a little knock with the barrier there, and that is giving Chunky good vibes, ladies and gentlemen. Big vibes. He's going for a move. He's got his flappy wing all the way down, and it's still not enough on the straights. That surprises me. I thought the DTM car was going to be an absolute monster down the straights. That's why I thought it was going to have all of its gains, big gains. But he will not leave the Nissans alone, will Chunky. He's right there in the wake of the action. Don't forget, 30 minutes racing with a mandatory pit stop. It is going to feel like a sprint race to these guys. They're used to racing long and hard. We didn't look at the tyres, did we? Mediums for Cull, mediums for Bob, Deviants on mediums, Chunky's on softs, and Chunky pulls the trigger. He's got to get the move done. He can't be stuck behind the medium runners for too long. He's got to get the best out of those tyres, and he's side by side still between Chunky and Deviant. Chunky on the inside, late break him, but I told you there was a corner where there were going to be overtakes, and Chunky virtually gets it done, but Deviant trying to come back at him, and it's hard racing, ladies and gentlemen, between Chunky and Deviant. Neither of them will give up any space whatsoever, but Chunky comes through and up and into 3rd spot. Hard fought for. Deviant then down into 4th, but he is on the medium tyres. Oh no, Chunky, is he paying a penalty? Oh no, he looked like he was driving off the racing line. I didn't know if he had a penalty, but now Deviant seems to be coming back at Chunky now into the braking zone, and Deviant's lining him up. Chunky's gone defensive. Chunky on the inside. He's trying to save the apex, but no, Deviant's already got his nose ahead, and my good golly gosh, under braking, the Nissan is strong, ladies and gentlemen, with medium tyres. And Chunky there, he got mugged off in that corner. Tommy Roo in 5th place in the top Lexus, with Adnap chasing them down. They seem to be pulling away from the Garuda, who is being chased by Thunder. Oliver is in 9th place, ahead of Reckless, with MJ sitting in 11th. Ahead of Autosport, who has already picked up damage in his Lexus. What a shame, after such a great qualifier. Autosport has knocked a wall somewhere. Bugger. So Cull and Bob and Deviant, the 3 Playboy runners, and they're trying to get away from the Chunk, who is all up and in their business. The tyre wear, I tell you, it doesn't look too bad. We're coming up to 5 minutes in the race, and yeah, that soft tyre is definitely going to last for 15, 20 minutes maybe even, I dare say. So Cull, he's pulled out a 2nd gap on Bob at the moment. Bob chasing him down, but it is all about Cull at the moment. He is doing a stand-up job, absolutely planting the Nissan where it needs to be as he gets along with things. Bob in 2nd, chasing him down, with Deviant in 3rd. We've got movement. I thought I saw movement down here. No. MJ's making moves. I think he's got himself... Oh no, Adnap slipped down the order. Adnap, oh, and he's got damage, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be too late to see it, I'm sure. There we go. We see he's parked it into the alcove there. You don't want to park there, sir. And he gets on his way, but that is where we see Adnap's adventure coming to a slight stall. Do not write him off. There's still plenty of racing in that old dog, but it's a mandatory pit stop. He's on the mediums. If he was on the softs, possibly he'd think, make a pit stop, get rid of that diffuser, fix it, put some medium tyres on and go racing. MJ's moving up the field, ladies and gentlemen. He's got through, I'm sure, past Reckless, Oliver, and now he's in 8th place. He's getting his gander on, but he's had a little mishap there. Oh, and he's picked up damage. He's picked up some damage, and Oliver will be knocking on the door to collect. Oh no, Oliver's dropped the car. Oliver's dropped the car. These cars so finicky to master, and now Oliver has moved down and Adnap gains a place, which I imagine he was not expecting to get. MJ goes into the pits. Did he pick up damage then? Oh, come on. He did, and he's not messing around. He's going to fix that already. Cull on those medium tyres, they're looking balanced, they're looking happy. Bob in second, shadowing a Cull, but losing tenths at a time. Deviant cannot shake off the Chunky of Rybena's, and Chunky Rybena is going in hard. He's not had racing for a while. I haven't seen him on the circuit, ladies and gentlemen. He's had a small sabbatical whilst dealing with things, and he's done an absolute great job, and now it looks like he's back in the fray, and he's hitting hard, ladies and gentlemen. He came back like a cannonball. He's hitting like a wrecking ball. He's got a lovely shiny ball. So him and Deviant really are going at it tooth and nail, ladies and gentlemen. Deviant is not getting an easy ride here. He's not sitting on the back of his playboys, his players. And Chunky Rybena is absolutely giving him a run for his money. And it looks like the Nissan slightly stronger through this part though. So Chunky just trying to stay with the Nissan up at the start straight until he commences an attack. And it's all about a question of when they will pit. It looks like the times not much different from the mediums and the softs. Chunky again having another look at Deviant, and this is where Chunky is strong in the corners, and but the car had a little squirrel coming onto the accelerator there, and Deviant lives to tell the tale another day as they come round a hard bend. Tommy Rue 4.3 seconds behind these guys on the medium tyres, doing a absolute cracking job, but Garuda in 6th is matching his times and getting faster by the lap. So Tommy Rue may be getting slightly concerned about Garuda that is heading very fast in his direction. Thunder, his qualifying may not have been the hottest that he would have liked, but his racecraft, ladies and gentlemen, is still second to none. He is in 7th at the moment. He is doing lovely consistent lap times, and he is hunting his prey. 8th is Reckless. Reckless has got damage. It looks like it's costing him a couple of seconds a lap, and he's sticking with it though. He's not getting in those pits until he thoroughly has to. We've still got 20 minutes of racing, and the soft tyre, it might not last 20 minutes. He might not get that choice. He might have to just stay with the course and live with that damage, losing time. Chunky's brought it in, ladies and gentlemen. Chunky has brought it into the pits. Oh no, Chunky picked up damage. How's Deviant looking? He's all right, so I don't know what happened to the chunks. Tommy Rue may jump him in the stops, and Garuda, it's a big concern for Chunky. He's changed his tyres, he's back out, and he's ahead of Autosport, who I don't think's pitted yet. He's living with damage as well, costing him big time. MJ, he damaged his car, but he did the sensible thing. He went and fixed it, and now he is out for he's out and just absolutely slamming them lap times to try and gain position on those that are trying to live with the damage. Adnap did go in. He's gone for hard, so there you go. hush my mouth. I said no one's going to use the hard tyre, and already Adnap has proved me totally wrong. And Oliver has gone for a set of softs, and I don't know if they're going to last him for the rest of the race, but good luck to him. Cull at the moment is absolutely controlling this race perfectly. He may not be the fastest man out there, because that's Bob with a 129.807, but Cull is doing what he needs to do. Every time we come to him, he's a few more tenths further ahead. It was 1 second, then it was 1.3, now it's 1.8 second lead. So Cull is just racing by the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. He's hitting his apexes. He is driving it to perfection, getting his lines down. Bob chasing him, and he is faster. He is going on for an attack. And Deviant now, he can start concentrating on his race. He has had a fairy chunky Ribena up his jacksie for a majority of the race so far, and now he has a little bit of clarity. He has a little bit of calmness, and let's see what we're getting. We're getting purple sectors. He, without the pressure, he can now concentrate on his racing lines, his apexes, his braking points, all of the things that you have to think about once in a cockpit of one of these bad boys. And when you've got a chunky Ribena behind you, you've also got to add that into the equation. But right now, he hasn't got that in there. He is just looking. He's not even looking at the next corner. He's looking further down. Oh, maybe he should have looked at the next corner and not further down the road. He's picked up damage, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a considerably big thing. He is fighting very closely with Chunky Ribena, and now he has picked up damage. And he is going around, it looks like. He's going down the start straight. Where's the pit lane entry? It's there. He's not messing. He ain't messing, ladies and gentlemen. Straight into the pits. It does not want to cost him an extra second whatsoever. And now the big battle will be, where is the chunk? Chunky Ribena then, he's coming down the start straight. I think Deviant might get out ahead. I think he might have done enough. Deviant's still there though, being serviced as Chunky Ribena comes down, and it's not changed yet. Deviant's on his way out. He's gone across the line. Oh my God, he's got a 3-second penalty. This is despair for Deviant and Chunky Ribena. The biggest smile you've seen on a face since the dawn of man. My good golly gosh, when man found out how much fun it was to play with his privates. That's the smile, ladies and gentlemen. So Chunky Ribena, he doesn't have to push. He doesn't have to push. He can just sit back and wait for Deviant to pay the piper. And Deviant, though, has gone to those soft tyres, and the Nissan might light them soft tyres up, ladies and gentlemen. And we might see Deviant. It does look like he's pulled away somewhat already from the chunk. So if the chunks does end up behind Deviant, he is going to have to go to some effort to try and keep Deviant behind. But it looks to me like Deviant is absolutely slinging Nissan with those racing softs on. But he's coming up to the penalty line now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they always hit you where it hurts the most, down the long straight. There you go. It's right at the beginning when you want to be getting on the accelerator. And there comes Chunky Ribena. So the chunk has got a mission, and he's got to get on with getting on, because I think that Nissan on a set of soft tyres is immensely faster than the Audi. And so Chunky has got to maximise his race. We've got 15 minutes left. We are halfway through. Cull still leads from Bob, but Bob is pulling him back slightly, surely, slowly, but he is dragging Cull back in. This will be a pit stop phenomenon. Bob is trying the tactical game. He's trying to close in on Cull before their pit stops. And is it going to be one of them? Do what Cull doesn't. If Cull comes in, does Bob stay out? Or if Cull stays out, does Bob go in? Does one try and undercut the other? This is crazy shenanigans we have up at the front. A game of dare. It's like a staring competition. The pair of them don't want to blink. They go round again as we go into the second half of the race. Tommy Roux is in third, but yet to make his mandatory pit stop, but doing an absolutely super job in the Lexus. Garuda in fourth. He has yet to pit also. Thunder in fifth is yet to make his pit stop. Then we have the Chunks, whom has made his pit stop and could be in a possible third. But Deviant, like I said, on a set of soft tyres on that Nissan, is now in another mode. He's gone to mode 4. Or whatever it is, and there he goes under braking. Unbelievable. The Nissan has pace, ladies and gentlemen, and in Deviant's hands it has even more pace, especially on soft tyres, and there was nothing Chunky could do about that. I'm not sure if Chunky is streaming, ladies and gentlemen. You could go and see from his aspect, but I'm not sure if he's streaming just yet. I hope so. I hope he's back in the I hope he's back there slinging his streams. I can't see it. Give me a sec. I'll go to his particular YouTube channel. No, it doesn't look like he's streaming this one, ladies and gents, so it's just me you got to put up with. But Chunky at the moment sitting in 7th. He's had his pit stop. He's tucked up behind Deviant, but unfortunately that Nissan on a set of softs is in another realm. So Bob's gone in. Bob has blinked first. Cull stayed out, and Bob is trying to go for the undercut on a set of softs. Tommy Roux moves up and into second place. We only have 13 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, of racing on the clock, and these guys are leaving it rather late for their pit stop. Bob back out on track. Set of racing softs. He's got 2.5 seconds ahead of him. He'll be hoping Tommy Roux, though, makes a pit stop before he comes across him. And now Bob is going to have to smash in some absolute bangers, ladies and gentlemen. He has got to put in lap times like no other if he wants to make the jump ahead of A. Cull. And I imagine A. Cull will be in the pits at the end of this lap. He cannot let Bob have more than one lap on a set of softs over him. Although he's doing perfectly well on that set of mediums, they're still together. He might, just to rub it in, go for a couple more laps, just to play mind games with Bob, just to let him know over a season there is no way Bob is going to attack A. Cull. Let's have a look, though. No, he swings left. All right, sorry. It's left to us because I was looking at the front of him. But yeah, Cull is in. Tommy Roux, he's yet to pit, and Bob has come across him. This is not what Bob needs. Bob needs a clear track. What Bob wants, Bob should get. Tommy Roux does not make a pit, but Bob might be getting a little toe there. He might be getting a little toe, but Cull has been released. He's back out on track. Good golly gosh, it's bigger. It's bigger than we thought. Oh my God, I thought it was going to be so much closer, but no. Cull has got in, and he's got out in record time ahead of the rest of the field. And Bob there, all he can do is see his nemesis and teammate out in the lead. Oh, heartbreak for the Bob, ladies and gentlemen, as Cull destroys all that come ahead of him. Roux in third, Garuda in fourth. Neither have pitted, nor has Thunder in fifth place. Deviant has pitted in sixth. Chunky Ribena just can't live with Deviant at the moment. MJ is in eighth place, who I don't believe has pitted. Oh, he did. He pitted early, so that's a good spot there for MJ, and he might be able to pick up Thunder, possibly Garuda. No, probably not Garuda. Where am I doing with my buttons? I'm going down instead of up. That's what she said. Yeah, MJ will be aiming to be in the midst of that little battle there. Oh, he's just hit something. Adnap then, he's trying to rescue his race. He put a set of hards on. He's done a 31.6, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen people doing 31s on the medium tyre. So that is pretty darn good. I heard my doorbell go, but no one come in, so it's quite odd. Not ding dong, it's got one of them sensitive saying there's movement. It's probably foxes shagging in the front garden again. Or my very drunk wife took a long time to put the key in, because I think I can hear the door opening now. You couldn't find your key, or you were too drunk to find the hole. It's not the first time I've had that issue. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are then. We've got 9.9 minutes left of this race. We're not 0.2 in it. Cull leads by a second, with Bob is absolutely machining this one. He is machine gunning this, ladies and gentlemen. He is not messing about. He wants the first win of the season to go down to him, and he is closing in on Cull. They've both made their pit stops. Deviant back into third spot, doing an absolute stand-up job, and yeah, Chunky back in fourth. Does that mean Tommy Roo made his pit stop? He must have done. He did. He's on his outlap now. So Tommy Roo making his stop and coming out in fifth ahead of Garuda. Garuda also making his stop, as did Thunder. All three of them. I'm sorry, I missed that. MJ then, oh, he was hoping to get into that little battle. Oh man, do you think his two little dings have cost him that? And he's getting losing lap time to Adnap now, who is in 9th place and who is closing in. Look, I refer back to the beginning of this when I said I've just woke up. It's hard to form words. Oh, Adnap playing the absolute dare with those apexes. Beautiful stuff. That's what got him into trouble in the first place, though. But it's do or die. If you're in Adnap's cockpit, you either get there at record speed or you don't get there at all. So Adnap then sitting in a 9th spot, chasing down an ailing MJ. We have 7 minutes left of racing. Cull leads by Bob, and Deviant in third. The three Nissans absolutely destroying all that comes. Then in fourth we have the Chunky Ribena, best of the rest in the flappy winged Audi, and he's followed, I can't remember who's behind him. It's Tommy Roo, sorry, Tommy Roo. And then I think it's Garuda in 6th, then Thunder in 7th, and we're sat on board Adnap, whom is in 9th. He had damage early in the race. We came to him. He was parked into the alcove of a corner, and with damage at the front of his car, he pitted very early, put on a hard set of tyres, which I questioned his logic on that, but it's the logic of Spock, and it was correct logic. The math was right. And he has come towards, you know, he shouldn't have really caught anyone up in this race. But he's managed to get ahead of Reckless and Oliver, and now he is closing in on MJ. Now, these guys have all had damages themselves, and I think Autosport is behind them in 12th. He had big damage. Oh, no. Adnap. I mean, every corner, bro. Every corner it looked like you were going to hit something. You were driving on the raggedy edge. What can I say? You either get there or you don't in Adnap's car, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Oh, and MJ's thrown it. MJ's binned it, and then Adnap does get the place anyway. So Adnap happy. I don't think he's going to get any more out of this race than 8th place. And MJ gifting it to him, but he had damage, and the car's trickier to drive, medium tyres. MJ pushing as well. Cull leads by 1.3 seconds, Bob closing in, then Deviant 16 seconds adrift of his teammates, and only 5 seconds ahead of the Chunk. Are the tyres starting to give up? 30.8 last time around from Deviant, 31.0 last time from Chunky, so I think Deviant is okay. Tommy Roo, a 30.4. He's going a lot faster in the Lexus on the soft tyres than Chunky Ribena is. Can he catch Chunky Ribena in the next 5 minutes? Oh, we'll not know. We'll only know when we carry on watching. Stay tuned. Garuda there in 6th place. It's a mess, isn't it, ladies and gents? I'm so sorry. I should wake up earlier. good golly. Garuda then, I'll just say this is like an avant-garde stream. I was going for like concepts of abstractness. I'll try and say this is my arty stream, and we'll say it's an experiment, and we'll not do it again. We'll stream the races, but we'll not do it while I'm half asleep and tired and not forming words properly. Cool has gone and put the fastest lap in now. Bob is on his final attack, and Cull has answered him with a 128.8 there. There you go, 29.0 from Bob. But Bob does look closer, 1.1 seconds. Bob is closing in at the end of the stint. Everything's pretty much similar, tyre wear and fuel on both Nissans. Deviant in third, a cracking podium. He had to fight for it from this man, Chunky. Chunky, though, is not out of the woods yet. He has raised his times by 3/10 as Tommy Roo was coming in strong, and he's still coming in strong, ladies and gentlemen, with a 29.9, only a tenth off. No, a second and a tenth off the fastest lap time. So Chunky, it's not out of the woods because he's got a Tommy Roo, an insurgent Tommy Roo, coming at him at the end of the race. Garuda also putting in some rather swift lap times for 6th place. Thunder in 7th. A great race from Thunder. Kept his nose out of trouble and stuck to the plan and has ended up a lot higher than he qualified. Great stuff. That'll be a good day's work. Thunder will be feeling his first race in the Group 1 category. 8th place then is Adnap with that damage, but he's 8.5 seconds ahead of MJ. He's got the hard tyres on and he's carrying heavy damage. He's doing a 33.7 last time around, but MJ also carrying damage, 34.2, and I just don't think he's got the car to catch Adnap now. Reckless also carrying damage on the Playboy Nissan. 4th place is missing him at the moment. And Autosport is in 11th. Great qualifying from Autosport, but he's been dogged with problems throughout the race. He got one lap in the 30s, and he probably has binned it since, and has been having to carry the damage through. And Oliver back in the pits, and is he not fixing it? He's fixed his damage. He's put some soft tyres on. Is Oliver going for the fastest lap of the race with only 2 more minutes of this first race, and then a short break, and we'll be back for a 1-hour race with a reversed grid, ladies and gentlemen, a reversed grid. Cull will have to start from the back for the first time this weekend. He'll be behind the Bob. Bob is trying. He's down to 7/10, ladies and gentlemen. Cull is feeling the pressure as Bob starts closing in the Playboy Nissan. Deviant in 3rd spot, and some poor soul is getting blue flags with Chunky Ribena. Chunky Ribena is 4th place. And Tommy Roo is going for a push, and he has pulled in a couple of seconds on the Chunks, but I think the Chunks is playing the numbers here. He knows that Tommy Roo would have to do some ridiculous lap times to catch him, so as long as Chunky can keep it in the low 31s, he should be safe. He knows his racecraft, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy Roo pushing like a maniac, could end up in the alcove, and Garuda would love that. He would be down for a bit of that stuff. Right, we are getting close to the end of the race, but they're all going to cross the line, so I think a majority of them will get the next lap. We'll see. Oh, gosh. You were all that little lot. Oh, there we go. Garuda and Thunder. We'll get another lap, and then I believe Adnap. The timer might run out on Adnap as he makes his way around. 30 seconds just for a corner or two with that damage, though. He's pulled out a bit more time on MJ. He's coming around that final corner. I'd like to check out with that battle at the front. It's tight. Bob's losing the car, but he stayed with it. My good golly gosh. Sorry, Adnap. But the final lap And they're pushing, both of them pushing absolutely to the raggedy edge. Adnap crosses the line, as does MJ. Is just about to cross the line, but it's Cool coming around the final corner. He's ahead of Bob. Bob threw everything he had at this race, but it's Cool in the end that comes down towards the final, crossing a line to take the checkered flag. And what an absolute race from Cool as Bob goes into the wall and comes home in second. Deviant makes it an all Playboy Nissan podium and is bringing it home. The tyres are a bit worn though. For an hour race he might have to be a bit concerned about how much he's worn those soft tyres as he comes around and grabs a podium. Well done. Whoop, whoop. Chunky Ribena then, best of the rest that's not in a Nissan, in 4th place. Tommy Roo in 5th. Garuda comes home in 6th. And Thunder in 7th. Thunder's got damage everywhere. Luckily, Adnap's already finished. But yeah, Thunder absolutely destroyed something on his last lap. Destroyed his car. And he comes home for 7th, with Adnap finishing in 8th, MJ in 9th. We'll look at the proper standings anyway, don't you worry, ladies and gents. And here we go, seeing him celebrate again here in the WRC is a cool, great race. So those are results quickly before he changes the settings. Cool won, Bob came second, Deviant got the podium, all in Nissans. They look spanking. Chunky Ribena was 4th in the Audi, just ahead of the Lexus of Tommy Roo. Garuda in the Honda in 6th. So that's good, isn't it? The 3 different cars behind the Nissan are all different, so that's nice. Thunder 7th in his Nissan. Adnap in 8th in the DTM Audi. Then MJ coming home in 9th, ahead of Reckless in 10th. TDO Sport in 11th, with Oliver finishing in 12th. And yeah, we've got some way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these guys have got to get used to how these cars feel. They are monsters. And how long do you think we'll get? Do I get time to have a short break? Will someone just go round and round the track entertaining people? Or are they just going to try and get into that second race as soon as possible? I guess they've got to do a small amount of messing around with the grid. So I might be able to just... And someone's going out, which is... Why? Thunder. We can always count on Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 2 seconds. I will be close by so I can keep an eye on the TV just in case they start setting up grids and such what. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are off, it seems. Sorry, I was out looking at my phone. Adnap then, I'm Bob. I am the Bob of race 2, it seems. The commentator wasn't ready. So Adnap takes the lead. Autosport, I don't know what's already gone on. It looks like there's been some crunching and crunching around in there. Oliver and Autosport are trying to hold on. Oliver is slipping down the field. Poor Oliver, oh my lord. He would have started virtually at the front, and he's down to 10th already, but it's Adnap that's got the lead with the racing soft tyres. It's 60 minutes of racing, ladies and gentlemen, with Autosport in second, Chunky Ribena in third. A-Cull is up to fourth already. He would have started from the very back. My good golly gosh, it is still lap 1. My word, I only missed 30 seconds. Jesus. So Adnap then is trying to get as best he can out of this, as Chunky Ribena as well, already up into second on the racing softs, and he's made the move on Cull. The racing softs look like they're making more of a benefit here in the second race. Cull in third, Bob right behind Cull as usual is in fourth. Then, oh no, we've got someone going into the pits. They must have picked up damage. And then Tommy Roo in fifth. Deviant is in sixth place. Deviant making a move. Oh no, that's Cull on Ribena. Ribena and Cull absolutely going neck to neck at it, and now it looks like Cull's mediums have warmed up sufficiently to go on the attack with the Chunk, and now Chunk has to worry about a Bob sitting just in behind him. And there we go. No, Chunks is going back at the Cull now, and it is absolutely dicing, and Cull goes for a move where I wouldn't have thought it was there, but he went for it, and Chunky trying to play back. He's trying to come back at him after getting the better drive out of the corner as Cull compromised himself, making the move, and Chunky gets the drive down the straight. They're showing each other their fenders, and Bob wants to get it all. Oh, Bob, are you going to take your teammate out? Good golly, Miss Molly. Good golly, Miss Molly. They made it through. How? But Bob is really forcing Cull's hand there, and Cull could do without it from his teammate whilst he is trying to fight the Chunk, who is on another mission, and all of this racing helps Adnap pull away little by little in the Audi. So we've got an Audi 1-2 at the moment, Nissan 3, Bob 4th in his Nissan, and Deviant in 5th in his Nissan. Then we've got Tommy Roo in the top, Alexei in 6th, MJ doing a cracking job in the Audi in 7th, Garuda is 8th with Oliver in 9th. Then we have Reckless, who's got damage, sitting in 10th. Thunder had to go into the pits with damage, and it looks like Autosport, oh no, he may have already been in the pits for damage, and he's going in again for damage. So Adnap then, and they might have to get rid of the damage. It's really screwing up some people's races. MJ, just note that you might have to, because it doesn't affect the aliens, and it's the guys in Group 2 that are really getting hurt by that damage. So Adnap is leading with Chunky Ribena in second, Cull in third. And what a race we have here. Cull on the mediums, and Chunky and Adnap on those soft tyres, and they're trying to make hay while the sun shines, ladies and gentlemen. Bob in fourth. He has been following A-Cull for the first 30 minutes, and Deviant in fifth with Tommy Roo in sixth, MJ in seventh, Garuda in eighth, Oliver in ninth, Reckless 10th. Thunder, who had to make a pit stop, is 11th. And Autosport also making a pit stop is in 12th. Big work for them over the next 60 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. But at the moment, Adnap leads this race. He's flicking the purples every lap. Oh, yeah, every lap. No, though, Cull is coming back. Chunky is in trouble because Cull's just taken the fastest lap on those medium tyres, and he is coming in hard, and he is coming in fast, ladies and gentlemen. Bob chasing him round in fourth place, and Chunky is just staying par the course. Tommy Roo in fifth with Deviant now in sixth. Deviant losing a position. He's lost that position. He was ahead of Tommy Roo. So Tommy Roo flying, absolute flying on a set of mediums as well in the Lexus. So Deviant having to sit tight. Chunky, he's okay. He's at half a second ahead of the Cole, but Cole will be absolutely hammering it home. And on that, and we're just coming up to the start straight, and that's where it looks like the Audi is vulnerable to the Nissan. So Cole, half a second adrift from Chunky, as Chunky pushes on hard. And then it's down this straight where the Nissan looks quite invincible. And at the moment, Chunky then just trying to rag that Audi as much as he can. As you can see, the Nissan closing in. And you think the DRS really would have a huge benefit, but no. Too much downforce on the Audi. And the Nissan more sleek and has made it through. And there you go. It's like Chunky was stood still, wasn't he? And you're on two different compounds. Now, Cole is an absolutely cracking driver. Do not get me wrong. But I think that Nissan is being helped down the straights. The Audi seems to have a lot of drag, even with the flappy wing. Bob then, he'll be lining Chunky up next with Tommy Rue in fifth. And he's having problems with Deviant. That straight is really helping the Nissans out, it seems. MJ ahead of Garuda. Garuda on those medium tyres, as is MJ. MJ doing very good times next to Garuda's. But maybe Garuda playing the long game, looking after his fuel. We'll have to keep an eye. Oliver having a lot better race than his first one. He's in 9th at the moment, with Reckless in 10th. 11th for Thunder and 12th for Autosport, but Thunder and Autosport both having to make early stops to fix damage. Then in the chat we have Rob. Hey Rob, how's it going, my friend? He says, good evening, sir, hope you are well. I am good. I missed the beginning of this race. I was too busy doing my Pilates. So Adnap then, he's pulled a lovely healthy lead out on Cole, but Cole's smashing in those fastest lap times. Adnap did a 30.3, 30.2, I mean, it's a 10th. I don't think Adnap's got too much to worry about just yet. Bob did get past Chunky, I missed it, I'm sorry. I imagine it did it on the start straight, because yeah, the Audi doesn't seem to have that straight line speed, and the Nissan has got past Tommy Rue. I imagine that's the start straight as well, because the Nissans are absolutely rapid in a straight line. Oh, I'm sitting down now. I've stood up for that first part. You watch the energy level will just drop. MJ at the moment doing an absolutely cracking lap time. He's trying to stay away from the Garuda and the barriers. Two jobs MJ's got. Stay ahead of Garuda and stay out of the barriers. And at the moment he's doing a cracking job, but it's a 60-minute race, ladies and gentlemen. It is hard to keep that concentration going for that long. 8th place then for Garuda. He's trying to close in. And Rob saying, I'll be back in a mo. I've just noticed this phone is at 4%. We'll just juice that 4% right out if you want. So Garuda in 8th. He's going to put us on the big TV, ladies and gents. 9th for Oliver, doing absolutely wonderful at the moment. A lot better than his first race. He seemed to have lost pace right at the very beginning, but this one he's staying with the pack, with Thunder, who had to pit, and now is continuing on with Reckless in 11th. Oh, Reckless, oh, I didn't notice. He's just pitted, I think. Yeah, he's on an out lap, so Reckless, I can't remember where he was, but he's made a pit stop himself. And he's got a good 11.2 seconds from Thunder, and he's only 3 seconds ahead of Autosport. So Autosport has a target, ladies and gentlemen, a Playboy Nissan to go racing with. Adnap still leads. Remember, only one compulsory pit stop, but with the fuel, it looked like, I'm not sure he'll get halfway unless they do a bit of fuel saving. So They say one stop, but they may have to conserve fuel at some point in the race. At the moment, Kull is not conserving anything. He is absolutely planting that accelerator and using every little last drop of fuel that he can to propel that Nissan forward motions against his rivals. Bob chasing him down. It was close between the Bob and the Kull last race around, and Bob has just taken the fastest lap along the way. Chunky Ribena is in 4th spot, just ahead of another Nissan. Do you think he's concerned? He should be. The Nissan is close. Chunky Ribena, oh no, Chunky Ribena has picked up a little bit of damage, and that is the story of how Deviant closed in. And I mean, he possibly could have anyway, but Chunky's lap times were pretty good in the 30s. He's dropped into the 31s now. I'm guessing it's that 32 is where he picked up the damage. He's staying on track for his pit strategy, though. It doesn't look like he's jumping into the pits to fix that. Rob saying I'm in the middle of doing my URL livery, so not on the big TV, sadly. Just grabbed another phone. Oh, Johnny, 2 phones. Adnap then, it's getting smaller, that lead. Adnap is starting to shrivel up in the Audi in the lead. The Nissan's coming through strong. He did a 1:30.6 last time around in Adnap, and it's a 30.0, half a second faster from Kull, with Bob doing a 29.8. Absolutely amazing lap times from the Nissans, and Adnap there is just clenching, ladies and gentlemen. That's all he can do is clench. And Modcrop saying more like Freddy 5 phones. So Kull bearing down on the Audi, and it just looks like Adnap is going to have to just lay there and take it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think there is anything you can do about the Nissan in a straight line. It's rapid in these guys' hands. Deviant has got past the Chunk, but the Chunk is carrying a bit of damage, and Tommy Roo will be fancying Chunky's place. Oh, Tommy Roo playing dare with the barrier there. And yeah, so Chunky, I mean, what can he do? At this point, we're only 13 minutes into a 60-minute race. He's got to do at least one stop, and I suppose most of these racers out there will only want to take that one stop. They don't want to pay the cost of 2 stops, too much time. So the Audi driver, he's got a lot of maths going on in his head at the moment, whether or not it's prudent to stay out. I mean, he's 31s, 32s. We know he can do mid-30s with his fuel going down, but the tyres are going up. But fuel going down, it probably should be in the low 30s. He's losing a handful of time staying out, ladies and gents. But he might be taking that opportunity to save fuel. You don't know. Tommy Roo closing in. 30.4 from him last time out. And Tommy Roo then closing in on the Audi in his Lexus. MJ in 7th at the moment, doing a fantastic job keeping Garuda exactly where he wants him. And Garuda in 8th, and Thunder back in the pits. More damage, ladies and gentlemen. Oliver as well has picked up the damage, and he's carried on though. He's carried on. He's like, I can't keep going in the pits every other lap. Reckless then gains a position from Thunder as he fixes what ails him, and Autosport also gaining. No, Autosport not quite gaining a position. The rivalry is back on, ladies and gentlemen. Autosport and Thunder meet again on track. Big news. Stop the press. Kull leads by 1.3 seconds. Adnap, so oh yeah, Adnap did lose that position to Kull. We missed it, I apologise. And the Nissan then back in the lead as Adnap in 2nd, Bob in 3rd. Oh, Bob's going in. Bob's going in, ladies and gentlemen. He's got damage. He has damage. Damage is really being the big news of this race as Deviant moves forward and up into third place. And Bob, I imagine he didn't want that pit stop. His tyres still very good. And he's wasting his early pit stop. If he puts softs on, he's definitely making a two-stop. So Deviant then moves up and into a podium position with Tommy Roo in fourth. Chunky Ribena is still carrying that damage, but he's up to fifth with Bob making his stop. MJ now into sixth place. MJ having a very clean race. Don't want to make anything go wrong at this point. Maybe he's just stopped using the DRS. No, he isn't. He's still cracking on with that DRS, baby. He doesn't need downforce, although it does look like that Audi could shed a bit of downforce. Garuda in seventh. Now, how is he doing? 3 seconds adrift from MJ. MJ did a 32.3 last time out. Garuda a 31.7. So Garuda is on a push in this part of the race. Bob back out of the pits. He's gone for softs. It is a two-stop situation, ladies and gentlemen. Bob is going radical. He is, well, maybe the fuel. Maybe it is that they're going to have to stop twice, even though there is only a mandatory one stop on the cards. It's maybe these guys know that the fuel will not last that whole length, and they are going to have to do two stops. They seem to be quite happy. Oh no, Oliver. Well, we saw Oliver had picked up damage. He's 15 seconds adrift of the Bob. Reckless. He's been caught by Autosport. Interesting. Autosport we saw making a pit stop earlier in the race. Thunder just making a pit stop. And these guys have caught up with Reckless now. Reckless doing a 32.3 last time out. Autosport a 30.7. So yeah, Autosport finding a lot. Well, he had good qualifying. He's got good pace in that car. It's just the consistency is ailing him and not hitting things. And Thunder also. He's got the pace. Just keeps giving barriers a knock. So the Lexus on the Nissan. Looking for a move. It was never on. He was too far back there, but he rattled Reckless, I'm sure. And Reckless has now yielded. It was a great move then. Autosport moving up and into 10th place with Reckless there. Just probably doesn't want to get hit. Reckless looking like he's trying to come back at Autosport. And Autosport doing the job. He's up to 10th now, only 3 seconds behind Oliver. Oliver's carrying that damage, remember. So Oliver a 34.7 last time out, and Reckless. Oh, what? I mean Autosport, sorry, 31.8, and he was all over the back like a rash of Reckless. Reckless struggling in the Nissan at the moment. Looks like the Nissan a bit of a pig to drive for Reckless. He's struggling to get it into the apexes. Thunder has now caught him up. And yeah, Chunky Ribena into the pits to finally fix that damage. He's been losing a second or two a lap because of it. Cool then leads this race by 4 seconds. Adnap. He is going to the end of those tyres. He is going to kill those racing softs. We are nearly 20 minutes into the race. It's not even halfway. It looks like they're only using their half. Yeah, it is. The fuel's all right for one stop. Oh no, Tommy Roo has picked up damage there. MJ has also picked up damage. Garuda. You know what, if you're going to have damage on full, don't pick tracks with barriers everywhere, maybe. So, Cool then leads. This race is turning out to be who can stay out the barriers for 60 minutes in a Group 2 car. So Tommy Roo picking up the damage, so as MJ. Garuda has not though, so Garuda sees an opportunity, feels an opportunity coming his way. Bob, he picked up damage. He had to make an early pit stop. He's 14 seconds ahead of Chunky. That's how much Chunky lost, carrying on with the damage that he had. And Bob then, and Garuda then is closing in on an ailing MJ. MJ in 6th place, having an absolutely cracking race at the moment, and Garuda all up and in his business. Nothing wrong with his car. He's got nothing flapping around, hanging off. He's no Leclerc. So Garuda then just trying to pick his moment, I imagine. He knows he can get past MJ. 5th place at the moment for MJ, but with that damage, he's 9 seconds away from Tommy, and Tommy's picked up damage as well. He's continuing on, but MJ trying to make the Audi as wide as possible, but it's not going to stop the Honda. The Honda is through. And that is it for Garuda, up and into 5th place. And again, another broken car just ahead of him, off the pace. If Garuda can stay in the early 31s, Tommy Roo he's managing late 31s at the moment at best, and it's only going to get worse. So Garuda, head down, crack on, lad. You can smell 4th place in the horizon. MJ, he's got his indicator on. It looks like he is going to make a pit stop. And he's got Bob 5.4 seconds closing in quickly as well. Chunky Ribena 16 seconds adrift. And if he's going to try and get this car, well, 40 minutes is around about what the fuel lasts. But that's a long run for the chunks. So MJ does make his stop. Looks like he's going to try and run to the end with the fuel. Cull at the moment doing absolutely a wonderful job. The tyres are in a good position. The fuel is in a good position. He's 6 seconds ahead of Adnap. His tyres are coming to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, the soft tyre not lasting much more than 22 minutes. He was doing nice mid-30s, and now he's dropped into the low 31s. And Devian is closing in. He's doing early 31s last time out on his medium tyres. And Rob asking me, have you ever put milk in Ribena? God no. God no, I have never done that. Wouldn't it curdle the milk? Then you'd get chunky Ribena.
Chunky face with tears of joy.
It does actually make it chunky. Well done, Rob. I guessed it, though. I did say, wouldn't it make it chunky, and then got there. But you got the chunky Ribena in before I could say it'd actually be chunky Ribena. Well done. So cool leads. Tommy Roo. This is what Rob thinks about while he's doing his liveries, ladies and gentlemen. He sat there putting stickers on cars on a Friday night, thinking about how chunky Ribena got to his name. So Tommy Roo goes in to fix what ails him. And Garuda up and into 4th place right now. Bob in 5th. So where did MJ go? Oh, MJ made his pit stop as well. Oh yeah, we saw him. And he's come out behind Autosport. Race on then, ladies and gentlemen. Lexus versus Audi. And the Audi on a fresh set of softs. Does he think he's going to get them to go for the rest of the race? He's kidding himself, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to make a splash and dash near the end. And he goes for the late dive. And Chunky is just ahead of him. What ails our Chunky? More damage on the chunks. And it's at the rear derriere. Oh, that must have been Tommy Roo. I saw Tommy Roo making an apology. So maybe Tommy Roo has rear-ended and Chunky has DNF'd. Oh, poor Chunky. So, has Tommy Roo got damage as well? Yeah, Tommy Roo's picked up damage at the front. And, yeah, I saw Tommy Roo saying in the messages, sorry, and now we can see he must have given... Oh, no, Garuda's had a spin and lots of damage. Good golly, Miss Molly. Not even halfway through this race, and there is drama all over the place. Cool. 9.3 second lead on Adnap. Adnap rinsing a set of softs until they cannot be driven on no more. Devian into 3rd, catching Adnap. His mediums still with life in them yet. Bob had to make that early stop and thinks he's going to get a set of racing softs to last over 40 minutes in this race. Garuda luckily was not far away from the pits, so manages to come in. Tommy Roo carries on with his damage. Tommy Roo carrying on with his damage, and Autosport now with MJ moving ahead of Garuda. Both of these have made a stop, and MJ, oh yeah, late on the brakes with the Audi, but it doesn't pay off. Or does it? It does, because Autosport does go behind MJ. But I thought MJ had stuffed the braking up on that one, put it out wide, and Autosport gets the position back. But no, MJ through on those soft tyres though. Maybe Autosport making the decision that he'd rather have the tow than have the stress of MJ all over the rear derriere of himself. So MJ then moving up to 6th, and there's an ailing Tommy Roo ahead of him on racing hards. But MJ, he might have to make a second pit stop. We'll have a look. Adnap still making those softs last, but definitely being caught by Deviant. Deviant at 31.7. Last time out, Adnap 32.4. It is not looking... Oh, no! Adnap has now binned it. Oh, the damage is going crazy in this race. It really is. MJ, you may certainly have to look at the damage situation. I'm just saying it's affecting a lot of people's races out there. So, oh, Chunky's in the chat saying being punted by someone exiting pits is just stupid. Yes. Yes, my friend. Crazy stuff. So, cool. Is leading this race, 12 seconds ahead of Deviant, with Adnap in 3rd, but Adnap's had a huge spin and he stuffed the rear end of the Audi into the barriers, and he's got to go and get that fixed, with Bob now coming through. Bob picking up earlier damage, forcing his pit stop, and now he's trying to make a set of softs last for a very long time. Chunky Ribena, his damage is fine, stupidity isn't, and Bod Rob saying definitely mate, yeah. So so doesn't seem Chunky feels the damage is the problem out there. It's yeah, I don't know, I didn't see it, so I can't really say, but I can see that Tommy Roo hit the rear end of yourself, and yeah, I don't know if he just come out of the pits, had he could have done, yeah, come out of the pits, and yeah, you got to be careful in those braking zones, especially when you got fresh tyres on, cold fresh tyres. Cool at the moment, 11.7 seconds ahead of Deviant, with Bob in 3rd. So we have all 3 Playboy Nissans in the top 3 again, and we are 28 minutes into this 60-minute race. And Chunky in the chat saying was on for a podium, Bob stopping again, and Adnap's pace was going to go. Adnap threw it into the barrier in the end, Chunks. You would have got an easy position there. Adnap now down to 4th, and he's come into the pits though, fixed it. And Tommy Roo, there you go, Tommy Roo gets the position. So yeah, that sort of says what Chunky Ribena was saying, he would have been thereabouts. Is that MJ in the fight, ladies and gentlemen, on the soft tyres? 30.6, and he is a player, ladies and gentlemen, in this battle. Tommy Roo still carrying that damage, so Adnap should be able to get past Tommy Roo. Tommy Roo on the hard tyre as well. I bet he didn't expect the braking, Chunky. He's put hard tyres on, so I imagine he got to the braking zone and thought, no brakes, ouch. MJ is the man on the move though. Keep an eye on him. MJ trying to get the move going, the shuffle, but Adnap, he's trying to get past Tommy Roo. Tommy Roo on the hard tyres, and the damage together compounded, making him a lot slower than the guys behind him. And here we go, Adnap trying to get the move done into the corner. He's on the brakes, and Adnap's still there, still trying to fight. And someone in the background, did they have a spin? No, MJ's having a look at Adnap. And this is some cracking racing going on here at the moment. And Adnap slipping back from Tommy Roo as he tries to defend from MJ. And MJ and Adnap costing each other time here and giving Tommy Roo a fair run with hard tyres and damage on. And again, here comes MJ for the late break. And no, he gets it on the brakes just in time. As Adnap then stays fifth, and Tommy Roo is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. How long and can he defend for? Cull leads from Deviant and Bob, and these three are sharing tarmac. And oh, it looked like MJ got himself past Adnap, but went wide, and Adnap through. MJ, though, not picking up damage, which is more important. Autosport has picked up big damage. Unfortunate, and look how bad the car handles with that damage, ladies and gentlemen. No front end, and Garuda then he sort of had to do an emergency pit stop with a bit of damage, but it's cost him more than I expected it to. He seems further back than I thought he would be. Thunder back in this race. He was dead last at one point, having to fix damage early in this race, and now other people have gone further behind him. 37 seconds for Oliver, who's also carrying damage, and Reckless in 11th has recently pitted and put some soft tyres on. He's only 6.2 seconds behind an ailing Oliver, and he should close in quite rapidly. But what that fight, you say? MJ, Tommy Roo and Adnap. Well, MJ is up and into fourth place, and Tommy Roo is still ahead of Adnap. Adnap, the medium tyres just not giving him enough coercion in the corners to get the move done, but now confident on the brakes, still no confidence on the... Hey, now he has up the inside of Tommy Roo, and Tommy Roo defending like a lion, but cannot hold on to that position. So Adnap then comes up and into fifth place with MJ in fourth. And does Adnap have the machinery to attack MJ? But MJ, we feel like Bob, may have to make another stop in this race. We're at 32 minutes. Adnap going all the way to the end. We think Bob... Well, Bob definitely, because his tyres are virtually gone now, and MJ will be stopping again. Deviant, has he not stopped yet? So Deviant still yet to make his stop, as Cull, but they're both getting to the end of their fuel tanks. So it is around about 30 minutes. Maybe if you fuel saved, you get another couple of minutes out of the car, but it really isn't worth it. Then you start losing a lot of time. It's fuel saving, you may as well make the pit stop. It's only a short pit stop anyway. So Bob going all in. He's got the fuel to get to the end. I just don't think he's got the tyres to get to the end. MJ's got the fuel to get to the end, but I'm not sure his tyres will reach it. And Adnap definitely with fuel to go to the end. Probably too much fuel. No, they're using about... No, yeah, what am I saying? MJ hasn't got enough fuel. Half a tank isn't going to get you there. Oh, and Reckless has gone. Oh, my word. He was closing in on Oliver. And he must have stuffed it, maybe. I'm not sure. Or Reckless does have trouble with his connection sometimes. So maybe his internet just gave up. And Cull is on absolute fumes, coasting into the pits. 0% fuel on board. And Deviant will be following him in. There's no way he's going to get another lap. He is. He's going for another lap in that car, ladies and gentlemen. Bob, now he'll be seeing how long he can keep those soft tyres. Can he keep them till the end of the race? I don't think he can. I don't think... Adnap pretty much worn his out after 20 minutes and made the mistake of continuing on further. MJ then on his softs. They're staying together, though, here. MJ softs. But for how long? He's got Adnap breathing down his neck. Adnap did a 32.3 last time out. MJ did a 31.4. It's a big difference between those lap times. Tommy Roo, this is costing him time. He's going to be overtaken by Garuda. And Garuda has pitted. I don't think he's got enough fuel to get to the end. So that is another two-stopper there, I think. And Autosport is ready for a stop. And I think he's already had a stop, so he's not going in. He's not going in, but his fuel is saying that he should. Thunder 8 seconds behind Autosport. He'll be looking for that position with Oliver with damage 50 seconds behind ninth. Deviant, meanwhile, leads the race. Look at him go. Bob up and into second. Cull come back out in third. 27 seconds ahead of the Audi of Adnap. I mean, Adnap, MJ. Adnap's behind MJ. So Deviant now into the pits. Now can MJ and Adnap get ahead of Deviant? I doubt it. 48 seconds in a pit stop? Maybe. Possibly. Bob goes into the lead, but we don't think Bob's tyres can reach the end of this race. And Cull goes up and into second. And he's gone for a set of softs for the second half of this race. It's a brave move. They don't quite make the distance. MJ on a set of softs. Can he? Deviant's on the move. Deviant back out and onto the track. And MJ then is staying in fourth. I said 40 odd seconds was a bit much to hope for. And MJ's job at the moment is just keeping Adnap behind. On board with Adnap, maybe? There we go. So the question is, when will Bob pit? Autosport comes in. We saw he was on low fuel. And Tommy Roo makes a pit stop as well. It looked like he dropped back a couple more positions. So Tommy Roo, his race is ruined, isn't it? Unfortunately. Oh, he got damage at the back as well. I don't know if he had a spin. But yeah, Tommy Roo, them hard tyres. It was a big choice. It was a big decision. Thunder's going to have to make a pit stop in a lap or two with Garuda hoping, well, Adnap's not going to pit, but he's going to be hoping MJ and Bob come in. Bob might be a little bit out of his reach. I think Bob went over the white line there, ladies and gents, but we won't say anything because maybe GT7 didn't notice. So Cull then wants to retake the lead and does retake the lead as Bob goes in for his second stop. Those tyres pretty much cooked. And Deviant heading over for second place. No, Bob gets out. Bob gets out and no penalty. So no, maybe my eyes deceived me. Maybe he didn't cross the white line. I thought he had. Deviant, though, going for a move around the outside. His tyres already in a great place. Bob has also gone for another set of softs, but he has used the mediums in this race. So he has ticked the 2 compound box. And Deviant then on the softs. Cull further down the road by 14 seconds. Looks like he is not going to be concerned by the battling Nissan Playboys behind him. MJ in fourth with Adnap in fifth. That's a battle in itself. Reckless in the chat saying, I didn't lag out. I quit out of anger. Heavy damage on this track was a terrible idea. Yeah, there is a lot of barriers. It seems to be the story is the damage has ruined a lot of people's races here. MJ at the moment going well for me. Stayed out the barrier. It seems to be if you stay out the barrier, you do well. Garuda in sixth. Tommy Roo in seventh. Another one blighted with damage further down the field than he should be. Autosport also, we've seen him carrying damage. And Thunder there also being affected by the damage. So we've got a little battle with Tommy Roo, Autosport, Thunder, and Oliver now just doing a testing session. Testing which panels break, how hard they break when you hit them. Cull then leads this race. Deviant has pulled away from Bob. Deviant on a push. So the biggest battle really is MJ and Adnap as MJ's tyres fade to black. And Adnap looking for a way past. MJ trying to stay in the middle of the track to make it as difficult for Adnap as he possibly can. Adnap going in with the toe and the late brake. Can he get it to stick? And it's there, and yes, Adnap makes the move, and MJ is tyres. He's going to have to start thinking about what he's going to do. He's down in the 32s, and he's got a Garuda catching him quick in the 30s. So MJ, the second stop is going to really hurt him. Bob, it kind of worked out for Bob. He's still in third place, but MJ has not worked out so well. He's going to slip behind Garuda. Only Garuda, though. You may as well make the pit stop early. Oh, I don't know. He could just rinse the fuel. Garuda's got to stop again as well, don't forget. So MJ, it isn't too bad because I think Garuda's got to stop. I don't think Adnap is stopping again. I think Adnap's going to try and go all the way to the end. But MJ don't think the fuel's going to last on MJ or the tyres. And Garuda, that fuel is definitely not going to get him to the end. So MJ and Garuda both making a stop. That might be good for Tommy Roo. He's put 3/4 of a tank. I'm guessing that's what's going to get him to the end on a set of medium tyres. Thunder's on less than 3/4 of a tank, so who's to say? Autosport is on 3/4 and just under 3/4 there. Hey, cool. So MJ does make that second stop. Garuda stays out, and why should he pit? It's going well for him at the moment, but he will have to pit. And Tommy Roo, they're staying ahead of Thunder, but Thunder's on the soft tyres. But I don't know if Thunder's fuel is going to get... Oh no, Tommy Roo has gone wide, and Thunder rocks up to the back of the Tom and says, place, thank you. And Tommy Roo, a bit of dirt on his tyres. That's why he ran a bit wide in that second corner. And MJ in and out of the pits. Smooth operations. And Garuda then is in 5th place. And he's being lapped already by Cull. That doesn't make sense. He can't be. No, they must be coming up to Oliver, maybe. So Cull leads by 14 seconds. Deviant ahead of the Bob. But again, top 3 for the Nissan Playboys, with Adnap in 4th, Garuda in 5th, and MJ in 6th. Then absolute domination, absolutely came into this round with one thing on his mind, and that was to destroy all that came against him. Like this since I saw that Bonnie Blue video. So cool, doing a fantastic job. Devian in 2nd, fending off from the Bob. Adnap in 4th, and Garuda is trying to close in on Adnap, but Garuda, oh no, Garuda's made that stop. Garuda made that stop, sorry. Thunder only 6.7 seconds behind, but it's questionable if Thunder can get that car to the end. Tommy Roo's ahead of MJ. That's not what I was expecting. My gosh, golly, good golly gosh, how has that happened? He didn't... It seems to me like he's done a double stop, has he not, MJ? Lap 26 was a 57 and lap 27 was a 205, so he's on an out lap. So possibly maybe MJ made a mistake in his pits. I've missed, I am sorry, but MJ slipped behind Tommy Roo. He should be ahead of Tommy Roo, in all fairness. He should have only lost that position to Garuda, which I think he did. I think we saw him come out behind in 6th place. But I think he's had to, maybe he damaged the car and has decided, no, screw it, I'm going to fix it and just crack on and lose another position to Tommy Roo. Because Tommy Roo would have just ended up catching him, I guess, and Thunder. Although I'm not sure if Thunder can get to the end of the race. I'm starting to feel he can. Do you know what? I'm going to stick my neck out and say Thunder can get to the end there. He's done well to save fuel in the last few laps. So cool then. Absolutely slinging his Nissan today, ladies and gents. No messing. Devian in 2nd, just ahead of the Bob. that Bob has closed in to now nicely come the end of the race. Deviant on the softs, and so's Bob. Bob going for a move around the outside, slipping it around to the inside. A little squirrel from Deviant is all Bob needs, and that is Bob up and into second place. Deviant having a look, but thinks better of it and tucked in behind. Oh, and Deviant at the moment having a little bit of an issue with the handling of that Nissan as Bob moves up and into second place. Adnap is in fourth place, and he is running all the way. Garuda making that quick splash dash and stays in fifth. That might have put him behind MJ if MJ hadn't had his issues. MJ only 3 seconds ahead of Autosport, and Autosport can smell blood, but Cull, no, that's Bob. That's Bob and Deviant are coming up to lap Autosport at the moment. So Cull leads with Bob in second, Deviant in third, Adnap in fourth. Then we have Garuda in fifth, with Thunder in sixth, Tommy Roo in seventh, MJ back in the pits. Oh, MJ's having an absolute nightmare, ladies and gents. So, it was going so well for him. So well up to those first pit stops. Since his pit stop, he is smashing it. Oliver as well, picking up damage. Well, he's had that same damage, I think, for a while now. So, 14 minutes from the end, Cull is absolutely destroying all. Bob is pulling away from Deviant. Adnap looks pretty safe ahead of Garuda, with Thunder in a strong sixth place, but only 4 seconds ahead of Tommy Roo, who's slinging Lexus at the moment. He's a 31.1 last time out. Thunder a 30.4, so no Thunder on those soft tyres. Doing a super job. Autosport in 8th place. He's just about to be lapped, but he's 16 seconds ahead of MJ, so he should be safe for the rest of this race. He's on a set of softs, so poor old MJ could have been a 5th place finish. Cull's picked up damage, ladies and gents. He won't fix that, I imagine. With a 13-second lead, Bob has really got to get busy. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy, Bob. You've got to do the biz. So Cull with damage. How low? I mean, he's gone from doing early 30s to late 31s. Bob doing 29.8 last time out. Still with a good 12 minutes on the clock. Cull could be in trouble here. His lead could be in trouble. Where's Bob? Oh no! Did he just bin that? I'm sure we just looked at him and he was in seconds. Here we go, Bob. Just as I cut away, what happened to him? Oh, the back end wants to come around to meet the front, and Cull, well, I say Cull gets a bit of relief there, but Deviant is still absolutely going for it. So Cull, it's not safe. It's just he's safe from Bob, but he might not be safe from Deviant. Adnap, 17 seconds from Bob. How much is that damage going to cost Bob? And can Adnap take advantage in the last 11 minutes of this race? Garuda also. I think Garuda's too far away. Thunder, though, 2.5 seconds behind Garuda. Thunder is finding pace at the end of this race. A 30.3 last time out from him, 31.4. So yes, Thunder around a second a lap faster, only 2.5 seconds behind Garuda. And yes sir, this is going to be a big one for the end of the race. Thunder finishing in 5th, Adnap in 4th. Bob's gone in. Bob has decided to fix whatever ails him. He's got quite a bit of time to Adnap, but not a major amount of time. Adnap's coming down the start straight now. Bob is only just getting to his box, so Adnap should move up to 3rd. Interesting. Does Bob feel... I mean, Bob could have definitely kept that third with the damage. So maybe Bob feels like he can get past Adnap. And maybe he's just in case Cull decides to make a pit stop. But again, I think Cull is just going to let that time drop down, hope he stays ahead of Deviant. Deviant a 30.0 last time out. Cull doing a 31.6. Deviant's 1.5 seconds faster. I don't think there's enough laps there for him. With less than 9 minutes on the, less than 10 minutes on the clock, I just don't think Deviant is going to close in quick enough to Cull. Cull might just be able to bring this one home. Let's see, another 31.9. He is definitely in the around 31.9s. So 2 seconds slower than Deviant. Deviant going across the line with a... Oh no, he's done a 30.8. So he needs to really be getting low 30s if he wants even a sniff at Cull in the lead there. Adnap then up into third, but only 3.7 seconds ahead of a Bob on soft tyres. Adnap, big job to be done for the last 8 minutes of this race. Garuda in 5th place in the Honda has done a fantastical job, but Thunder wants to ruin his gravy. He wants to stir his pot, ladies and gentlemen, and Thunder then closing in on the Welsh Warrior. Tommy Roo in 7th. His race has not gone according to plan. And Autosport in 8th place, just about to be lapped by one of the Nissans. MJ down in 9th. MJ was having a glorious race. He was there. He would have been there 4th, I think, after Bob's pit stop. But after his pits, it all come caving in, and he kept picking up damage and has made another 2 stops since. And Oliver 30 seconds behind MJ has still got... He's got a 29.8 out of his Lexus, so the pace is there. It's just got to get it together consistency-wise. Hopefully the next track, the barriers won't be so close to the action. So Deviant then 10 seconds, but 7.5 minutes on the clock. I think Cull might be safe. Adnap, is he safe from Bob though? Bob closing in, throwing his Nissan at every apex. He wants a piece of the Adnap. Garuda in 5th. Is he in trouble from Thunder? Thunder bringing it. 31.1 last time out from him. Garuda a 31.5. It is touch and... Oh no! Garuda! Absolutely, the grass catching his rear wheel and slinging him straight into the barrier. So Thunder does get that 5th place. Not probably how he would like to have gotten it. And Garuda now 3 seconds ahead of Tommy. Tommy's got damage at the rear derriere of his Lexus, and Garuda now has to make a decision for the next 6.5 minutes. Can he drive with the damage in his car for 6th place, or does he risk 6th place and go in? Well, he doesn't go in, so he's obviously holding on. Tommy Roo managing 32.7s in the Lexus. That's what he's got to be. He's just try and get that Honda to stay in the high 31s, but it's tight, touch and go there for Garuda at the moment. 7.8 seconds Deviant's got it down to, but Deviant's tyres are slipping away from him. 30.4 last time around to Cull's 33.0. 33.0, even worse the lap times, but Cull's tyres are feeling the weight of the damage as well. The car is like a pig to drive, ladies and gentlemen. He cannot get any pace out of it whatsoever. Deviant trying to sling Nissan, but he's stuck behind a rather swift Autosport. He may be a lap down, but Autosport is racing his position as well against Tommy Roo. Well, no, you're not really racing position. You could let him past. Although maybe Deviant wants to tow. He might say, no, don't let me pass yet. I need this toe. I want the toe. So Deviant 7 seconds behind Cole, but we've only got 5 minutes on the clock. He is running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. Vodka Rob in the chat saying it's been an incident-packed race. It hasn't it just? Hasn't it just? Pro Sim racers don't like barriers, it turns out. Cole leads. Deviant in second. Bob in third. Adnap in fourth. He got caught by Bob. Oh, what a shame. Bob did get the fastest lap last time out. We missed it. I'm sorry, ladies and gents. But Bob has got himself past Adnap to give us another Nissan 1, 2, 3. The Playboy Nissans are absolutely tippity top. Thunder in a stylish 5th place. He must be pleased about that. With Garuda with that ailing car in 6th, and Tommy Roo with his ailing car in 7th, and these two are going to do battle till the checkered flag. Autosport in 8th place. He's doing 30.9s with these guys in the late 32s, 34s even for Garuda. So Autosport, but it's only 4 minutes on the clock and his tyres are getting old. I don't think he can catch him up. MJ is in 9th place ahead of Oliver in 10th. 6 seconds. Devian is doing all he can, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing more he can get out of this Nissan. He is pushing with all his might. The win is on the horizon. Cole is damaged and is limping home. 33s is all he can manage. What's this one? Again, late 32s. Deviant is running out of time. He did a 29. No, that's Bob, sorry. Deviant did a 30.7 last time. He's dropped back. He wanted to get past. The tyres are absolutely shot. He is fighting the car. And Bob's dropped behind Adnap. I saw Bob had made oh, was it Bob that was behind Autosport? And he's dropped behind Adnap now. So Adnap back in the fray. Not sure what happened to the Bob, but he's had to get in the chat to tell Autosport to get out of the way. And so now Adnap just about holding on to that podium ahead of Bob. Bob had already got the move done and did a 34.8 last time out. Thunder in 5th. He's racing no one. He's just bringing that bad boy home. Tommy Roo is 6th. Oh no, he got past Garuda. Poor Garuda. Great for Tommy Roo. I don't mean, oh no, Tommy Roo's got past him. I mean, for Garuda's sake, he was having a good race until the damage happened. Autosport's picked up damage, but he's got a huge... Oh, is that Bob trying to get past him? No. Was that Deviant? Oh gosh. So Deviant has got... I don't know why Bob's telling Autosport to get out of the way. He must be doing it for his team. So Deviant 3.4 seconds with a minute and a half. So cool, 3.2 seconds. Damage. Tyres shot. Deviant in second. Tyres shot. And 3 seconds is just too much, isn't it, in a lap or two? Bob pushing on. He's got the fastest lap of the race. He's got back ahead of Adnap. And Adnap on those medium tyres. I think he'd take 4th after the roller coaster ride he's had in this race. Led from the early stages. On the soft tyre, drove those soft tyres till there was no tyre left, spun, ruined, broken something on his car, it's broken, and then had to go into the pits for a stop to fix the damage. And there is Cole, 2.3 seconds lead. He's got it all in control, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry your sweet little head about it. He's not nervous. Cole's not nervous about Deviant on his way. Cole doing a bit of off-road. Deviant is there in the same picture. Ladies and gentlemen, 23 seconds on the clock. They may get across the line. Cole may have to do another lap. 16 seconds. They're not there at the line yet. And Deviant is closing in. Deviant wants them to cross the line before the timer runs out. He wants another lap to go for it, and they do cross the line. They cross the line, they've got to do another lap, and Deviant has an opportunity, half a second behind. Bob, that's Autosport's the first to finish, and I think Adnap and Bob will finish pretty soon. But it's all about Deviant at the moment, as he has an opportunity to take a win here from his teammate Cull, holding on, but the car is so damaged. Bob finishes in third. Adnap grabs himself fourth. Cull holds on as much as he possibly can. Deviant all up and in his business, but catching is one thing, getting by is another, especially when your tyres are shot to pieces. Thunder in fifth. He's just coming around that final corner. So we're trying to keep an eye on things. Someone's having a massive spin behind him. Tommy Rue? No. Cull still leading from Deviant. And Thunder then grabbing himself a fine fifth place there, ahead of Tommy Rue and Garuda. But it's the fight. Deviant's through. I apologise. Deviant has made his way through now. And Cull has lost a certain cracking stuff from Deviant. Well done. And Cull throws into the wall. In second, Bob third, Adnap fourth, Thunder in fifth. Great job there from Deviant. Well done. Fantastic driving. Super stuff. Quick look. Ooh, can I quickly grab this for thumbnail reasons? And a quick look then at them things. Grandstand finish, says Vodka Rob. And yeah, he said before, instant pat race. So Deviant then takes the win ahead of Cull, with Bob rounding out the top three with the Playboy Nissans. What is the rest of the field going to do about those Nissans, ladies and gentlemen? They need to be caught. Adnap in the Audi coming home in fourth, ahead of Thunder in his Nissan in fifth. Tommy Rue in sixth in the Lexus, with Garuda in seventh in the Honda, and Autosport in eighth in his Lexus. Ninth for MJ. What a shame for MJ. The race just went downhill after his pit stop. And 10th for Oliver, who finished ahead of Reckless and Chunky Ribena and Reckless both angrily quit. Which, you know, you can. And Deviant, I'm going to cry. Well done, Deviant. You did an absolutely fantastic job. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastical show. It is the start of the European Touring Cars Cup, round one at Sardegna, and we had ourselves an absolute banging race. Unfortunately, damage did seem to take the headlines here, but still a race nonetheless. Thank you for joining us here at Thingamajig's Racing Channel. I was Thingamajig, and I absolutely loved that. I hope you guys did too. Okay, Turu, peace and love. Peace and love.